Welcome to Amped On Demand. Thanks for tuning in to today's edition of the Whiteboard Brief. Your warm-up is 3 rounds of 5 wall climbs, 15 jumping jacks, and 45 single unders. If you don't have a jump rope at home, you can just hop in place and we'll use that as a substitute for the single unders.
Start on all fours with your feet against a wall. Walk your feet up as you walk your hands back, keeping your abs tight and pressing hard into the floor. Finish in a handstand with your elbows locked out and your legs straight. Start in a hip width stance. Jump your feet out as you bring your arms overhead, making sure your knees don't cave in. Then jump your feet back in and bring your hands back to your hips. Stand with your feet under your hips, elbows close to your body, and wrists slightly forward of your elbows. Bounce lightly on your feet and rotate the ropes using a flick of the wrist.
The workout today is a couplet. That's just 2 movements. We got running and we got wall balls. So it is 4 rounds of a 400-meter run and 25 wall balls. If we don't have a medicine ball to do those wall balls, then we'll substitute thrusters, and that can be a single arm thruster or a 2-arm thruster, and you can use a dumbbell, a kettlebell, a jug of water, a backpack, a duffel bag. Options are pretty much endless there. And if you can't run, we're going to substitute jumping lunges or lunging in place. So the wall balls will be a 1-to-1 ratio with thrusters. It will be 25 wall balls or 25 thrusters. If we're doing lunges or jumping lunges instead of running, it's going to be 40 lunges or 40 jumping lunges in a substitution for that 400-meter run.
Holding a ball in the front rack position, perform a front squat by pushing your hips back, then drop straight down, making sure your knees are tracking your shoelaces. As you stand up, just before lockout of the hips and knees, get a violent hip extension, follow it up with a throw of the medicine ball to a target. Receive the medicine ball, lowering it back to your shoulders before performing your next squat. Holding a weight in the front rack position, perform a front squat, making sure your knees are tracking your shoelaces and your back is flat. As you stand up, just before lockout of the hips and knees, get a violent hip extension, then press the weight overhead.
Running and wall balls. That's a nasty combo. The way I want you to approach this workout, you often hear me talking about throttles. Your throttle today is going to be that 400-meter run. So I want you to pace the run such that you finish the run and immediately go into that first set of wall balls or thrusters if you're doing thrusters. If you're doing lunges, the lunges will be your throttle as well. So pace that movement, the run or the lunges, such that you can start the wall balls or thrusters immediately after you finish the run. You don't want to finish the run or lunges and then need to take a break before you start doing your first set of wall balls or thrusters. If you can do 25 wall ball or thruster unbroken, fantastic, go for it. But you want to do it in as few sets as possible. So the wall ball and thruster or thruster will be the movement where you really go as hard as you can to try and get it done in as few sets as possible. The run or the lunges is going to be where you pace yourself such that you can go right in to your wall balls or thrusters and maintain that small number of sets to get the reps done. As far as scaling goes for the weight of the ball or the thruster, you really want to be able to get a set of, I would say 15 to 20 reps unbroken when you're fresh. That doesn't mean you need to do 15 to 20 unbroken in the workout. You just should be able to do it if you're fresh. If I asked you to do a set of 15 to 20 unbroken wall ball or thruster with whatever weight you're using for the workout, you should be able to do it when you're fresh. So in the workout, think of breaking it up to no more than 3 sets. 10, 10, 5. If you could do 15 and 10, that would be great. But you don't want to have to break it up into like 5 sets of 5. That's just going to take up way too much time. The only way you would want to be doing that is if you're really doing a max effort 400 meter run. So if you're running your 400s in like a minute and 15 seconds, then you need to break up the wall balls more, sure. But I really think your run should be the throttle today, and then go as hard as you can on the wall balls or thrusters. As far as pacing for the runs goes, everyone's gonna have a different amount of effort that they can put into a 400 and maintain good sets of wall balls and thrusters. That really depends on how good you are at running and how good you are at wall balls or thrusters. So one way you can kind of approach this as a general way of looking at it is run the 400s at a pace that would equate to your mile run. So if you run an 8-minute mile, there are 4 400s in a mile. So you should run your 400 at 2 minutes. If you have a 10-minute 1 mile run, then your 200 meters should take 2.5 minutes. The cool down today, not so much of a cool down, more like some extra credit, some core work. It's 3 rounds with 1 minute of rest between each round, 20 seconds handstand hold, 40 seconds side plank, that's 40 seconds on each side, and a 1 minute plank. So for those handstand holds, we're gonna be going up against a wall. That is inverting yourself. If for some reason you cannot go upside down, we can go into a pike position with your feet on the floor, your hands on the floor, and your body in a 90-degree angle. You would have that 90-degree bend at your hips.
Place your hands about 6 inches away from a wall as you kick your legs up, keeping your legs straight, toes pointed, abs tight, and an active shoulder by pressing hard into the floor. Lower yourself down 1 leg at a time. Hold yourself in a pike position with a 90-degree bend in your hips and locked out arms and legs. Keep an active shoulder by pressing hard into the floor. Keep your back as straight as you can. Support yourself with your inside foot, making sure you're in a straight line from ankle to knee to hip to shoulder. This can be done from your hand or your elbow. Support yourself on your hands and feet, keeping your elbows locked out and your body in a straight line from ankle to knee to hip to shoulder.
Again, thanks for tuning into Amped On Demand. I hope you guys enjoy this workout. If you want to work out with some of us from the gym, hop into one of our free live classes. The link is in the bio. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.